Hi, welcome to True Wellness 2020. So I've missed you all. I hope you had a great vacation and a holiday and you're now started your 2020. So the first thing is I have a challenge for everybody. We have a couple of clients and staff members right now doing the 21-day purification. We do this a couple times a year. This is the standard process, 21-day purification. So if anybody wants to join us and add into that in the month of January, just let me know and we're going to create a little group so that you all can support each other and talk about recipes and different things like that. So it's a 21-day purification. I'll give some more details if you have them, or Julie can answer them, or Kate can answer them if you want to call the center. Other than that, we're going to start it on this coming Monday, which is the, I don't know the date, the 10th or something like that. No, 11th, 12th. It's the 13th. Oh yeah. Yes, January 13th, 2020. We're going to start our 21-day purification. Kate started hers a week ago or so, 10 days ago. I'm going to start mine on Monday. So if you want to join me and some other clients, let me know. Okay, so tonight, what I really want to talk about, and I'm in Ian's office. If you haven't been to the new center, you got to check out Ian's room. Yes, that's right. Whoa, an active fireplace. There you go. That's funny. Everybody was like, whoa, what happened to Kelly? She just fell off of the table. So anyway, I want to talk about the 3 ways you know if your lymph is moving. So 3 ways to know if your lymph is moving. And I specifically wore the shirt the sweater that I have on tonight to show you this, okay? Regardless of our size, we should all have armpits. So I'm going to show you what an armpit looks like versus our armpit. Maybe I could get some Facebook Live, like share this with your friends. Kelly did a strip tease on True Wellness's Facebook Live. But this is an armpit. See how my armpit goes in? So if you have, try to make mine look like that, where your armpit is not concave, but it's either flush or even a bit worse where it's like convex, where it's like puffy, and you have what we call arm puffs, you have stagnant lymph. If you have an armpit, see how it's an armpit, then your lymph works great. Okay. So, number 1, you're going to share this with all your friends because Kelly did a strip tease all for you guys. So many of you are laughing for so many reasons, and I so appreciate that. Let me know that you're here. Hi, Fran. I'm stripping for him. So that's an armpit. So you want to have an armpit. That's number 1. Do I know my lymph is moving? Well, do I have an armpit versus a arm puff? Okay. So armpit versus arm puff. Now, number 2 is in that armpit out comes sweat, regardless of the weather. Like I'm not sweaty by any stretch, but I'm a little moist in my armpit area because I've been working and moving all day and so forth. So the second thing is that if I sweat, it doesn't, ready, smell. So a lot of people use antiperspirants and deodorants. And the bottom line is, unless you're going through a detoxification, outside of your normal body odor, which are your normal pheromones, if you don't know what a pheromone is, it's a natural hormone that's your attractor to other people. And we all have them. And honestly, you know, a lot of teenagers now, they want to use those Axe body sprays and all this kind of stuff. And you're literally limiting the person from really knowing you by putting all this fake smelling stuff in front of them. You know, out in nature, birds and animals and bees, they all, and dolphins, they smell the scents of other animals and know if they're in fear or if it's in a good, you know, in a good positive direction. But for humans, these pheromones are allowing us to attract or not attract people that we're gonna like. And if you're putting all these body lotions and sprays, you're never going to smell it. But then that natural odor that's just yours, and you know that smell, you know, you smell your skin, you're like, yeah, that's my skin smell. Your natural odor of your body should not stink unless you're detoxifying. It should just be your natural body odor. Now, a lot of you have worked with us for many years, and Ian at the end of a day can work really hard and sweat a lot, and there's a specific odor. But I will tell you, I've known that man for 20 years, and that odor is him. Every once in a while, I can walk in his room and go, oh, honey, you're detoxifying something, because it's a different scent. But that is my husband's scent, and I know it sounds crazy, but I absolutely love that scent. Hello, Lindsay. Hello, Terry. Long time. So, I just want everybody to be aware that if you're using a deodorant to cover up your scent, you really want to think about, what am I detoxifying? And if you smell all the time, then you want to think about that. I use essential oils on my skin every day, the ones from New Zealand that I like the best from Happy Horizons, in order to just allow my body to have a nice scent that emits from it. But I'm not a big fan of deodorants or antiperspirants, and anybody that's ever worked with me, Jessica misses us so much because she misses my specific scent. But when I'm going through a detox, I do have a bottle of deodorant in our bathroom, it's deodorant from Weleda that I use for that very reason. But if your lymph is moving and you're sweating appropriately and that sweat comes out of your body, it shouldn't really smell. That's how you know your lymph is moving properly. The number 3 way that you know that your lymph is moving properly, for women that are in the ages of cycling for their menstruation cycle. Hello, everybody. So good to see everybody. You'll know if your lymph is moving well if you have a menstruation cycle, and your symptom is 1. And that symptom is you're bleeding. I gave specifically the silence so people could process that information. The only symptom you should have that you're menstruating is that you're bleeding out of your vagina. That's it. And you'll know you're done menstruating during menopause when you've stopped bleeding out of your vagina. That's it. No swelling breasts, no headaches, no crazy person. Any of those symptoms are signs of illness. And when we bleed every month, it's a great way for our body to drain out our toxic load. So I'm not a fan of taking pills or doing injections or whatever to not get your period, because it's not natural. It's not biological to not get your period. It's a natural way for the body to rid of toxic load, of old stagnicity. So if we don't bleed, then we're having that. But if you're in the menopausal area, then you're going to stop bleeding. Your body's going to naturally not detoxify from that area. So if you bleed regularly and it's every month and it's not that big of a deal and all you do is bleed and you stop bleeding 3 or 4 days later and it's not very heavy, your lymph moves great. Then when you're outside of the bleeding times, and hey, anybody that hopped in late, please watch the beginning because I did a little striptease just for everybody tonight. I did make it a G-rated striptease though, just for fun. So anyway, so the other way for men, or for later than menstruating, that you know that your lymph is moving well is if you have a good libido and good stamina. You know, we forget that the prostate, the prostate and the ovaries are all lymph organs, and they hold a lot of toxins in that area. So we want to make sure our lymph is moving, and I know my lymph is moving because I have armpits, I sweat but it doesn't smell too much, I cycle every month, and I have a great libido and great stamina. Then I know my lymph is moving. So let's say your lymph isn't moving. What are 5 things that you can do for your lymph? I wrote notes tonight. I like to be more prepared for my beautiful audience that I love you all so much. So I gotta just grab another piece of paper. So the 5 things that you can do to keep your lymph moving. Anybody know anything of what you can do to keep your lymph moving? I'd like to hear from my client base or my listeners, my listening base. Tell me what you know about how you can keep your lymph moving. Didn't do a very good job. Anybody know anything? What do you guys know about how you can keep your lymph moving? Any ideas? If you're not physically in the office and you don't have somebody working on you, how can you keep your lymph moving? Come on, I'm trying to make this interactive. Let's go, let's go. How do you keep your lymph moving? Number 1. And of course, you move. That's number 1. You actually move. This is not going to work for me. Here we go. Hold on, I got to make a fix. All right, good. So number 1 way to keep your lymph moving. Well, you move. If you don't move, your lymph doesn't move, okay? Yes, good job, Mary Jean. Yay. Dry brush and pump in the cervical neck area, particularly at the termini. Yes, good job. Yay, Deb. Good job, Nick and Willow. Exercising, moving, and dry brushing. Number one way to make sure your lymph moves. Number two, upside down. So in our old space, we had room for our inversion table, which we no longer have room for in our new space. But hanging upside down. Excellent job, Fran. Good job. Hanging upside down is another way that you can move your lymph. Now, some people have inversion tables. Other people have those things that you hang in your doorway that hang you upside down. Some people just have an exercise ball, which can also accomplish this goal where you can kind of hang upside down. And you can also learn how to do headstands. And there's some yoga poses, which is part of that. Correct, Mary Jean. Note tight-fitting clothes and remove cow dairy. That was number 3. Remove cow dairy. I'm so touched that you guys are coming up with the right answers. You have no idea. Oh, good one, Willow and Nick. I really am, because it means you guys are really learning and you're listening, and that makes my heart just melt, because that's what I want. I want for you guys to know how to handle your own lymph. Correct. You can also do LET, lymph enhancement technology. But I'm trying to give you guys things that you can do at home to enhance your lymph. So 1, dry brush and pump your termini. Now, and watch my video about dry brushing that I did about 2 months ago on a Facebook Live. If you haven't seen it, please do go and watch it and share it with your friends. Make that the YouTube video that people watch for dry brushing, please. Not the improper way that they teach you to start from the bottom, work your way up. You start from the top, work your way down, and then back up. Got it? Good. So you remove cow dairy. Number 4 is yoga. I mean, you guys, I could do an entire Facebook Live on cow dairy, but we won't, okay? We'll wait. So yoga is another way. Yoga moves your lymph. Yoga moves your fascia. There are certain movements in yoga, like the downward facing dog, and different movements that can truly, truly help your lymphatic flow. Fascia, lymph, overall wellness. So if you don't know the right type of yoga for you, you can certainly do a consult with Kate, and she can help you figure out and navigate those waters of which the best yoga for you. But yoga, moving your body in the exercise ball. Andrea, I'm so honored, everybody that's on here tonight. I'm really having a lot of fun. You guys are awesome. And then number 5 is the rebounding. Can you still see my notes? I can't. There's all these. So rebounding and vibration platform. That's another way that you can move your lymph. And I also will include in here the exercise ball, the yoga ball, the exercise ball. I don't know what you call it, but that exercise ball, you can actually lay with it, with your back on it, and then splay your arms up and kind of roll upside down and come back, and you can also sit on it and kind of bounce like this. So any of those movements are going to allow your lymph to move. So we have, what are the top 3 ways that I know if my lymph is moving? And we have, what are the top 5 ways I can get my lymph to move in case it's not moving? So let's make a goal for 2020 that you're going to do more movement. You're going to be less dependent upon taking supplements. You're going to be less dependent upon seeing therapists. You're going to be more dependent upon yourself and taking action by doing these things. Because the reality is this. It's 2020. And at this point, Homo sapiens, organisms, humans, we're up against a toxic load. And the faster we can get it out, the better we'll be, the healthier we'll be. Our job at this point is how fast can I move the toxic load out, because it's certainly coming in really, really fast. So let's get better at moving your lymph. I'll see you here at the office. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to give us a call. And as always, stay well. Oh, Silas, I forgot to mention. Silas suggested that tonight everybody be reminded that watching television doesn't make you healthy. Yes, you can all laugh now. Watching television doesn't make you healthy. And I will further say that when you're watching television, if you want to be a little healthier, you can actually do yoga while watching television or sit on your exercise ball and watch television. You can also pay attention to what you're watching. Because as Ian reminded me before I did my Facebook Live, remind people, based on what Ian said, yes, he's great, isn't he, Andrea? Thanks. That what we nutritionally give our bodies for food, we also have to be mindful of what we're nutritionally giving our ears and our eyes for what we expose them to and the things we listen to and the things we watch. Because if we don't put the toxins in, we don't have to get the toxins out. So have a great, great day, and we love you all. See you next week.